So I've been accepted to both MBA and MPP programs. From the MBA, I've been accepted to Booth, Tuck, Berkeley, Haas, Yale, and from MPP programs, I've been accepted to Harvard Kennedy School as well as Chicago Harris.
You're watching the Art of Applying's Client Case Study Series, where we sit down with our clients who have just been accepted into their dream graduate schools. We talk about their stats, acceptances, scholarships, and their advice and encouragement for other applicants just like you. If you're interested in getting my team's expert editing, guidance, and advice on your admissions journey, book a free 15-minute quick call with our team at the link in the description. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more success stories, application tips, advice, and encouragement. Now, back to the video. Hello, everyone. Kanisha Grayson, founder and CEO of The Art of Applying, here to share the story of another one of our amazing clients. I'll be calling him Malcolm, just to protect his identity. And I'm really excited to be speaking to Malcolm about his journey today. Hello, Malcolm.
Hi, Kanisha. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I would like to say, I went and Googled this. I would like to say Ramadan Mubarak.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Malcolm, what are we celebrating today? Tell us your results so far, the schools you've been accepted to, and the scholarships that you have received.
Yeah, so I've been accepted to both MBA and MPP programs. From the MBA, I've been accepted to Booth, Tuck, Berkeley, Haas, Yale, and from MPP programs, I've been accepted to Harvard Kennedy School as well as Chicago Harris.
Fantastic. Have you received any scholarships? If so, please tell us how much money you received from each school.
Yeah, most definitely. From Chicago Harris, I received $70,000. From Yale SOM, I received $80,000. And from Booth, I received $100,000.
Wow. Fantastic. I am very pleased to hear those numbers. And so, Malcolm, I would like you to tell those of us listening whatever you feel comfortable sharing about your applicant profile. The kinds of things they want to know are your age, your ethnicity, your work experience. They want to know where you went to college, either the specific place or the type of college you went to, what you studied, your GPA, your test scores. So I know it's a lot of information, but what that does is help people kind of stack themselves up next to you and say, wow, if it worked for Malcolm, maybe if I get help, it can work for me too. So whatever you feel comfortable sharing.
Yeah, most definitely. As well, in undergrad, I was a business major and had 3.7 GPA with, 3.6 GPA. And I took the GRE. I got a 160 verbal, 160 quant. And as far as my professional background, been working within the consulting industry and also do a lot of community volunteer work as well. But big, I guess for me overall, the biggest thing was just knowing myself, understanding my story, and the art of applying will definitely help with that.
Beautiful. And so, Malcolm, what was the application process like for you before we started working together? What was hard and what wasn't working?
I think it's most definitely understanding how to articulate my story, being able to understand, I guess, guess how I measure up, but mostly in the sense of, okay, what are my strengths? What's the beauty in my story, and how can I tell it articulate way? Because I think we all have incredible individual stories. No one else has it, right? But being able to understand how to articulate it in a way that these business programs or policy school programs will understand, and if that aligns to your personal passion, this is something that the art of applying will definitely help out with.
Beautiful. And so you had a breakthrough call. What was your experience like on the breakthrough call? What did you think it would be like, and what was it actually like for you?
It was, I guess I didn't necessarily have too much of anticipation of what it would be like. I did anticipate it being, I guess, in a way, like a test, for lack of a better word, but it was more of a tell us who you are type of conversation. And I was able to share my background, share the strengths that I had, the things that I've gone through, and the person who ran that conversation was really phenomenal and got me excited to work with Art of Applying.
I love it. And Malcolm, tell us how you found the art of applying. And when you found us, what inspired you to reach out and book that breakthrough call?
Yeah, so I was actually referred to by a previous client, and he recommended me to reach out. I did mention to him that, you know, I'm not necessarily the best, I guess, like storyteller or writer, and I want to be able to feel confident in showcasing my story because I believe in my story. And through his experiences with the Art of Applying, he recommended me to have a breakthrough call, see how I feel about it, and work with you all.
I love it. It always makes me so, so happy when people come to us as referrals because I admire and cherish every client that comes our way. And to me, the best way to find great people in any area of life is through the wonderful people you already know. So I love that you came to us as a referral and that you trusted yourself and your friend and reached out. And so, Malcolm, was it scary to make the leap to decide to work with us? You are an hourly coaching client, and so those hours are not cheap. So, what fears, doubts, or concerns did you have about enrolling in our hourly coaching program?
Yeah, most definitely. It's a tough decision, and most definitely like you mentioned, it's not cheap. It is a financial commitment. But I guess the biggest thing overall was just me looking within myself, having a breakthrough call, and thinking of, am I going to make this bet on myself? Is it something that I truly want in terms of getting accepted to MBA and MPP programs? Like, is this something that I truly want that will help me advance my career for my ambitions and my future goals? I was, I most definitely was willing to financially plan that and realize that at the end of the day, like I said earlier, this is a bet on myself, and I wanted to be able to make that commitment. And it was extra added motivation to make sure that I had that return on that commitment.
Wonderful. And Malcolm, I'm curious, did you already have a really strong GRE score before you reached out to work with us, or were you still working on the GRE at the same time as working on your application materials with us?
Don't know if it was strong, but I did solidify my GRE score before working with you all, and it was a 160 verbal, 160 quant.
Okay, got it. And so talk to me about, what your favorite part about working with us was.
I honestly think it was the iterations, working with my consultant in terms of first overall sharing my story and then being able to see ways I could bring out the best of my story just through conversations or through suggestions from my consultant, and having that partner throughout the entire process was really valuable and the best part for me.
Beautiful. And so what have you learned about yourself and or how have you grown as a result of going through this application process?
I think it's one, just being more aligned with my story and my mission. This is something that not only I of course had to take to MBA schools and policy schools, but when I'm looking for internships or starting those conversations right now in terms of networking for those internships or future career paths, this story is something, my story is something I have to continuously bring to the table throughout the process, the MBA and MPP application process. I became more confident with that story.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll continue to push it forward as I head into school and head into that recruitment phase, as well as understanding what types of professors do I want to connect with, what type of classes do I want to join, what type of clubs do I want to be a part of. those types of things.
Beautiful. So, Malcolm, you are actually still our client for 2 more weeks. What's next for you in your application process? What will we be working on going forward?
It's one, most definitely solidifying the schools that I want to attend, as well as solidifying financial aid decisions.
Okay, wonderful. And I really look forward to our post-interview lightning coaching we're going to do so that I can and provide some feedback. One thing I will tell you, Malcolm, and I'm just going to say it now so I don't forget, is that during the lightning post-interview coaching that I did with a different client, I came up with the idea of a school choice scorecard, and I made a video. So I want to make sure I get you that video, because what I want you to do is make that scorecard and run each of your schools through it. And I think that's going to help a lot with choosing your school and making sure that we're not just choosing the highest ranked school or just simply choosing the school that gives you the most money, but really making sure that you're choosing the combination of schools that give you everything that you're looking for.
Most definitely. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Okay. And so now that you've achieved these great results, you've gotten some beautiful acceptances with some substantial scholarship, what will change, improve, or open up in your life or career as a result of getting into these schools and now being able to go to these schools with these huge financial aid packages?
Yeah, I'd say it's one, most definitely, like I spoke earlier, to making that bet on myself, on my dreams and my aspirations, and truly being able to act out on it through these institutions. These institutions have not only a great academics, but they have phenomenal alumni that I now have, I guess, easier access to be able to reach out to them, connect with them, understand their stories, being able to understand my goals, my aspirations better. It just brings me more closer to my dreams, and that's something that I don't take for granted, and I'm excited to continue pursuing it.
Okay, wonderful. So, Malcolm, when you first signed up to work with us, we asked you in your intake form, who are the first 4 people you're going to tell when you get into one of your dream schools? You said mom, dad, and then you said someone with a J name and someone with an S name. Tell me what happened when you told these people.
They were excited. There were some tears were shed. Excitement was shed. Had some people who were very excited to come and visit for certain schools in different areas, and so it was all just validation for the hard work that was put in, and the sacrifices in terms of time, whether it was asked from others or time that I had to deflect from, especially with my work commitment. It was all validation for the process and belief I could do it. And so I was pretty glad to be able to share with them the news and get their joyous reactions.
I'm so happy for you. Malcolm, what would you say to other people who might be watching this video? Let's say that they are a busy consultant, they come from an underrepresented background, and they have a strong GPA like you, and they're like, you know what, I can just do this on my own. I'm sure I can get in somewhere. Why should I pay this company a bunch of money? What's the return on investment? What would you say to someone like that?
I'd say it's one, by making like the investment, at least for me, it was a way for me to make sure that I stay committed. If you do have that great, phenomenal profile, like one, like you've made it so far, and you're obviously overcoming a ton of barriers to even be at the point that you are. And if you have dreams that you feel like an MBA or Master of Public Policy can take you even further, why not continue to bet on yourself? And so I'd say that. And with the art of applying, I'd say it's most definitely a way for you to keep yourself disciplined and committed, even with a busy job.
Wonderful. Thank you for that, Malcolm. Is there anything else you want to share or to say to the person listening to this who might need some encouragement, some insight, or to just hear your thoughts on this whole thing?
Yeah, honestly, I'd say know your truth, understand your story, understand what type of person, what type of career you want to have in the future. Seek it out, and if you truly feel after some due diligence that an MBA and MPP can help you get there, do the steps that it takes for you to be able to get there. It is tough. It is a long journey, but many people have gone before, but they've never done it themselves. And so the art of applying can be that resource for you, as well as the people that you surround yourself with. And so I tell them that.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing your story, Malcolm. Congratulations. And now I can't wait for us to hop offline and talk through your school choices. You have some amazing choices in front of you. I am so proud of you and so happy that I got to be a part of your journey. Thank you, Malcolm.
Thank you, Kanisha.
Thanks for watching. Are you ready to take your application process to the next level? The Art of Applying helps you get into the graduate school of your dreams and get money to pay for it. Book a free quick call from the link in the description to get started. And subscribe to our channel for more application tips and success stories.